Hello, and welcome to episode 306 of the Casual Try Hard podcast. I'm Brian.
And I'm James.
We had a break from new sets.
We did?
Kinda. We stretched Foundations out a little bit. But we are remastering yet again.
I guess so.
This time Innistrad.
Yep. We've done Time Spiral Remastered. We've done Ravnica Remastered. And now we're on Innistrad Remastered.
Yeah. There's a Dominaria Remastered in there somewhere, isn't there?
Maybe. Was there?
I feel like there was. I could be wrong, but I feel like there was.
Oh, yeah, sure was.
Yeah, we're running out of planes that people care about.
Completely missed that one.
We're just gonna get like Urza Saga Block remastered.
Well, I mean, isn't that Dominaria Remastered?
But just Saga Block.
Oh, just Saga Block.
Gotcha. Just Saga Block, and then it'll just be, they'll just take all the reserve list cards out, and they'll just be like, here.
Mercadian Masks Remastered.
Yeah, and they'll just print them all in new borders.
Yeah.
As opposed to into old borders.
Yeah.
Perfect. Done. Yeah. So, I think the upcoming cycle is we're going to talk about Innistrad Remastered, and then we're going to probably have set stuff, like
Aether Drift.
Draft Archetypes and stuff, Aether Drift stuff next week probably be.
Yep, I believe so.
And then we'll start doing like set reviewy stuff.
Yeah, holy moly. Never ending.
Never ending. So
it's all right. It's literally my favorite thing to do in Magic right now is talk about cards.
Yeah, if you have other show ideas, if there are some sweet Aether Drift cards that come out that you're like, I got to hear some thoughts.
Yeah, hit us up.
Let us know. Facebook, Discord, X, email, all those links. One day I'll get around to Blue Sky. Maybe I'll set up a Red Note account.
I haven't even heard of that one. Okay.
So there's another Chinese video app called Red Note, and it was like hard Chinese, like in Mandarin.
Yeah.
And over the course of like the last few days, apparently a bunch of people on TikTok have started switching over to Red Note to the point where Red Note has gone through and has updated their buttons and stuff and put them in English.
Oh.
Because it's now apparently the number 1 or number 2 most downloaded app in all the app stores.
Holy moly, where have I been? I have heard nothing about this.
I heard about it today. I think this has happened in like the last like 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
As perhaps like after the TikTok Supreme Court case, people are getting pessimistic.
Gotcha.
So they're
jumping ship to a different Chinese company.
I think part of it is, you don't want to just have now. Fine, we're gonna go to a different Chinese company. How do you like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So maybe we'll get a Red Note account. I don't know.
Maybe not. I mean, maybe we'll just hang out where we are long enough where it's cool again.
Maybe. I
feel like you get to a point in your life and that's what you strive for. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Eventually it's going to be cool again, and then I'll look like the hero.
Yeah. I'll be like, I was here the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know why you kids were leaving. I've been here the whole time.
Exactly. All right, if you're looking to support the show, there's a couple different ways you can do that. The first is with our TCG player affiliate link, CasualTryHard.com/TCG. Surf on over there, do whatever shopping you're going to do, buy some Innistrad Remastered cards, maybe.
Maybe.
And when you do, help to be supporting the show at the same time. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra and really helps us out. That's CasualTryHard.com/TCG. If you want to support us more directly, Patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG is how you can do that. Patrons get access to our show notes, so you get kind of a sneak peek about what the episode's going to be about. And you also get access to about another hour of content out of us in the form of our pre-show. We're old, our equipment doesn't always work, and need to catch up. So we do that and record it and feed it to our patrons. Either of those sound good, or if you just want to support the show, patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG. Chip a couple bucks in and support the show. Listen to the end show.
Yeah, maybe we'll get around to using that money to go to an event.
Yeah. Another thing we could have talked about during the pre-show.
Gosh. I just dropped the ball. So we have yet another set.
Mm-hmm.
We have Innistrad Remastered, which comes out, I do believe, on the 24th.
Okay.
So like in a week or something.
This is not an arena set, right? Just a paper set?
Yes, to the best of my knowledge, it for some reason is not on arena, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, almost all of this stuff is already on arena, I think.
Fair. But I mean, that didn't stop them for some stuff, but yeah.
Well, I don't think any of the remastered, like arena has its own remastered sets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it gets any of the paper ones.
I guess they did do a what's it called? They did just do like a
Pioneer Masters.
And they did the remaster of Innistrad that was like the old.
Oh yeah.
Like Shadows over Innistrad remastered.
Yep.
Right. So I guess I can see it. So yeah. So release date January 24th.
Okay. So that means is there a pre-release for this?
I don't.
Guess I don't know that either.
It doesn't say. I'm on what am I on here? MTG Wiki, and it does not say there is a pre-release.
Yeah, I'm on WotC's website and I don't see anything about a pre-release, so.
Yeah. So probably not.
Would be my guess, probably not.
Yeah. So in the pre-show we got a little show adjacent.
Yeah.
And we were like, why do we need this set?
We couldn't figure it out. I don't
No.
really know why we needed this set. Like most of Innistrad is in, how do I want to say this? In the timeline of Magic sets, like Innistrad isn't that old. It was like 2013, 2012, 2013.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
So it's like 12 or 13 years from like the very first Innistrad set. And then we had Shadows in 16, 17?
Something like that. In the back room of the like secondhand store.
Yeah, yep. And then we just had Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow.
Yeah.
So I don't like these cards. I don't know.
And we also had, don't forget, the double feature.
The
the
reprint.
Grayscale smashing of two sets that had just come out.
Right.
The reprinting of a set that was still in print.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, we're going to go through some of this stuff and kind of pick out some individual cards, but as a whole, like, I don't know what's still relevant out of here that is in like dire need for a reprint. Like Snapcaster doesn't see play anymore. We just had a Lily reprint.
Yeah. I guess like Little Emrakul.
Oh yeah, but then that
kind of pricey.
Didn't that just get a reprint too, though?
I think it's still kind of pricey. I could be wrong, but I think it still is. Emrakul the Promised End is
No, I guess it was just Eldritch
$44.
Yeah.
And
Eldritch Room, Secret Lair, and Innistrad Remastered.
Yeah. But so there are a handful of cards that have some value, but the problem, like you pointed out, isn't from like a value point of view. This set, kind of like other ones, but maybe even more so, is a lot of like, well, if you don't hit this like if you don't hit on one of these, you're just kind of like SOL, because then there's a bunch of cards that just aren't worth anything.
Yeah.
And like I think the main reason that we have this set, unfortunately, is WotC has decided there's going to be a January set,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's got to be something.
Got to be something.
And so, like, they probably knew where all these card files were pretty easily.
Because they just come out. Yeah.
They just remastered Shadows over Innistrad block.
Yeah.
On Arena.
For Arena.
So now you just have to like, throw some cards in from the 2 other sets, and then you're good.
Yeah.
So like on MTG Wiki that I was just on, if I can find it again, the development team was 2 people.
Just 2 people?
Yeah, JC Tao and Melissa Del Toro. And that was it. So like these sets are like unbelievably cheap to do. And
quick AI, crank out some art.
I mean, they reuse most of it.
Yeah, there's some new art in here.
There are a few pieces, but for the most part, it's just recycled.
Yeah, basically.
And so they're like, it's like we don't have to put much effort into it. It gives us a thing we can put out, right? You know, if, gosh, this is bad. I guess it would be Foundations.
Mm-hmm.
If people are kind of getting sick of Foundations draft,
they can draft this a little bit.
This gives them like something new for 2 or 3 weeks before the pre-release.
Yeah.
So like, hey, you could do like 2 or 3 FNMs of this is your draft format.
Yeah. Before
the new set. And I'm sure that there's enough drafts that happen that they like make their money on the, you know, on the minimal input that they have into them.
Yeah.
Especially at, I'm assuming $6+ a pack.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm looking for here they have so there is a launch party, which is release weekend, so there's not like a pre-release.
So on Amazon, a play booster box is $193.67.
And is that 24 or 32?
36.
36. None of the numbers I said. Okay, excellent.
I thought they were changing the size of the boxes. Did that not go into effect yet?
Maybe it's the next set, but I did think they were changing the size of the boxes too. Yeah, so it's just a very, with like a lot of what Wizards has done, it's very like cash grabby.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. There are some small but noticeable responses from kind of different, disparate parts of the community.
Yeah.
That I don't think it is like making a big stink about it, but usually like we're old, and so when we are like, let's go look at previews, we go to where we've been going for the last like 10+ years, which is Mythic Spoiler.
Right.
Mythic Spoiler does not even acknowledge that this set has come out. Like it's like most recent spoiler is the Aether Drift card that we got today.
Yep.
And then before that is the like dump of all of the Foundations cards. Nothing in between. So this set does not exist on Mythic Spoiler.
That's kind of wild.
And Saffron Olive was like, did a video on the set, but he was like, yeah, there are 6 main set or 6 standard sets coming out this year. There's gonna be enough daily spoilers for the year.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a 10-minute video and just talked about the set briefly, and that was it. That was his only. It was a 10-minute video.
Yeah.
Where usually like spoilers get significantly more.
Right.
And it was just like, nope, not even gonna bother.
Snapcaster's not in this set.
Yeah, he is. Snapcaster is the again, I think the weird like old border
Oh
only.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, so it is uh so this set they're trying out a new like marketing technique. They're making a card that is the headliner.
What's that mean?
It means, hey, we've got 7 different treatments in this set or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This card gets all of them.
Oh, wonderful.
So Edgar Markov is the headliner for this set. So it is getting
The $200 card they needed to cash in on.
uh it is getting, let's see here. So it is the only serialized card in the set.
Okay.
It's getting a regular printing, like a full art printing, uh the Innistrad frame printing, a retro border printing, and I think there are 6 versions of it.
Hmm.
Are what are what they're doing with it. So it's just like Edgar Markov is just getting all of the versions that you could possibly get. And it's like,
Looks like 5.
okay.
Or I'm
But it's
sorry,
like
4. So there's
4?
a borderless like book cover serialized version.
Yes.
There's the regular version, the old border version, and the vampire frame.
Yeah, okay. So 4. So but it's the only card that's getting like
Every
one in
treatment.
each frame.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is their, but apparently, okay, it's only $80. So that's a thing. And let's see what the judge version, which is 120.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like, so they're kind of hitching their wagon to people are gonna want to open
Yeah.
Edgar, and then uh, in the collector boosters only, there are 5 cards that come in retro frames, and that is Lily, Avacyn Angel of Hope, Snapcaster Mage, Balefire Dragon, and then Craterhoof Behemoth.
Okay.
So those are like the, hey, if you want these, you need to like crack collector boosters. Or use our PCG player affiliate link or whatever. It's like
yeah.
what you looked up the Lily in the pre-show and it was like $30.
Yeah. That's definitely not worth it cracking packs for.
Yeah, because a collector booster is 25.
Right.
Like I really want the old border Lily. Cool. Wait 2 weeks, spend the same amount as a collector booster.
Yeah.
And know you're going to get it, as opposed to spending that much and hoping to get it.
Right.
And like I have to look, is Balefire Dragon worth anything?
I couldn't even tell you what Balefire Dragon does.
Okay, I guess it's like a $10 card, or I guess it's like 12 to 15. So 5 red flying. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls.
I literally don't think I've ever seen that card cast.
It is apparently a card that shows up somewhere. Because it's been printed a bunch of times and is still for some reason $15.
Got to be Commander.
Gots to be. So the other thing they're doing is they're doing a lot of old bordered cards.
Yeah, there's a ton. You said like 100 and something, right?
158, I do believe. I have it up over here. 158.
I mean, that's kind of cool. Like,
it is. Like I had said on the pre-show, like they're gonna get maybe $10 from me, probably less. As I just buy old bordered cards for like my
the cube.
like uh and there were a number of like rarity shifts
Mm-hmm.
that were interesting, but yeah, it's a lot of like the main appeal to me is the old bordered like my cube cards and some of the rarity shifts, and that's like it. Like nothing else like kind of even moves the needle.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think I'm interested in this set in the least, but it is worth talking about the rarity shifts for format legality's sake.
Yeah. So I don't think that mythic to rare matters
I don't think so either.
as a shift, other than they might get a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Um, if you are a peasant cube or you play some sort of like uncommon only
Mm-hmm.
thing, or I guess like
PDH,
PDH for your
your general.
commander. Yeah. So you have Asylum Visitor, which is like the Madness 3/1.
Yeah, it's a Madness Bob adjacent card.
Yeah. If you're hellbent,
Yeah.
if someone's hellbent, you get a card.
I always thought this card was cool, like when it was legal and standard. It wasn't very
Yeah.
good, but I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm. Killing Wave, which is a card I'd never heard of before.
Not familiar with that one.
It is black and X, and for a sorcery, each creature its controller sacrifices it unless they pay X life.
Okay.
So like, you can either fireball them if they want to keep their creatures, or they like get some kind of control over what they want to keep, what they want to get rid of.
Yeah.
If you make X big enough, then they just have to sack their board.
But I guess this, because it's a sorcery, it's only really relevant for like cube, like peasant cubes.
Yeah. I've never seen it played anywhere. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that card's neat.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, the rarity's been changed. Oh, maybe this is something I could consider, but like had not ever heard of it. Sever the Bloodline, same thing, rare to uncommon. It's like 3 and a black for a sorcery. Exile target creature and all creatures with the same name as that creature. And then it flashes back for
7 mana.
Yeah, so doesn't really matter. Gaia Reach Bandit, 2 and a red for haste 3/2. That is this is the old templating, right? Or the new? Yeah, this is the old templating. Yeah, and it transforms into a 4/3. That doesn't have haste anymore, but whatever. And then Stromkirk Occultist, so 2 and a black for a 3/2 trample. And when it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play this card. So, because I had Madness in the cube, they had downshifted Stromkirk Occultist in Shadows over Innistrad Remastered
for Arena,
and I was like I need some more Madness cards.
Yeah. So you said I'll allow it.
I did not.
Oh, you
I
did
was
not.
Like, should I allow it? And now that there's a print version, I've already kind of like updated the cube a little bit to put in Asylum Visitor and Stromkirk Occultist. There's just not, because there aren't a lot of like good, like when you're like mixing like Modern Horizons 3 commons and uncommons and like some of the Lord of the Rings stuff and things, and then like there weren't a lot of like whatever Onslaught or whatever it was, Torment Madness cards really don't hold up
to Modern Horizons cards.
Yeah. So it's like, well, like this used to like be a rare, like it might like, be able to do things. I had cut Putrid Imp and like put in, there was like, was it blood something flail? The equipment that was like pay
discard
3
for equip.
or discard and equip. And I was like, well, now there are like particularly Stromkirk Occultist, like Putrid Imp lets you discard on turn 2 to play it on the cheap, where the flail doesn't,
right?
Because you have to have something to equip it to. So the flail got cut for the putrid imp, so you could like do like specifically so you could actually feel like you were doing something on turn 2.
Yeah.
And not that like Asylum Visitor, like it's 2 mana for regular cast or for madness, but like
Right.
instant speed 3/1. I don't know, makes you feel better.
Sure.
Um,
Sneaky extra card once in a while.
yeah. And then this one I thought was interesting. I hadn't figured out how to put it in the cube yet, but Somberwald Sage.
Oh yeah.
So this 2 and a green for an 0/1 with tap, add 3 mana if any one color, spend this mana only to cast creature spells.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's just like perfect in like any kind of like ramp strategy.
Yep.
And then there's someone who was at a Star City Games event 8 years ago who is very sad with this next one.
Lupine Prototype.
Lupine Prototype. It was just the most random thing. So it's a 5/5 for 2 mana. Get it. This creature cannot attack or block unless a player has no cards in hand. There was someone at a Star City event who went and bought out every Lupine Prototype in the place. I just remember them walking around asking if people had Lupine Prototypes and then buying them.
Okay.
Like they planted their flag that a 2 mana 5/5 is good, and I'm going to have all of them. I don't know if that will have worked out well for them.
Doubtful.
I don't think it had worked out well before.
Right.
But now that it's an uncommon, can your rares get even bulkier? Is it possible? And then there's Soul Separator, which this card wasn't even good like in limited.
No. Not great.
And then probably the more important rarity shifts are the uncommon.
Uncommon.
Yeah. That was Imprisoned in the Moon a rare?
It was. It was just downshifted to uncommon, and now it's been downshifted again.
It's like, this card is bad. We goofed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it has seen pretty continuous play in Commander.
Yeah.
Because it just, like, locks a commander away for the whole game.
Yeah. It's like the green one that turns it into a forest. Song
Yeah.
of the Dryad.
Yeah.
So we have Bound by Moonsilver, which is just a bad pacifism.
Yes.
It's a 3 mana pacifism.
Yep.
Jogskrull Shieldmate, flash 2/3. That gives something a big butt when it enters. Like, who cares?
Not me.
Battleground Geist.
A Spirit Lord, 3/3 flyer. Other spirits you control get +1/+0.
Yeah, its main problem is it's 5 mana.
Right.
Essence Flux is like decent.
Yeah, this might be a big deal.
Yeah, so it's 1 mana for an instant. It's blue for an instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it's a spirit, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like a blink effect.
Yeah.
In blue, like it's 1 mana. It's like all the things that you typically like.
Mm-hmm.
According to MTG Goldfish, it's somehow $3.25.
Holy moly!
Like, can that possibly be right? The foil was $18.
I guess so.
It was $3. God, I probably sold some of those for like next to nothing.
Oh.
It was $3.68. Like, when did this happen? Dear God. Okay, well, hopefully I sold them for like closer to market value. That's absurd.
It looks like they spiked up to $5 at Christmas.
Weird.
They've been like $3 for a long time.
Huh, I wonder. Weird. Okay. I got nothing on like why that would have happened.
Yeah, they've been $3 since August. And they were kind of on a slow rise before that. Yeah.
And then the aforementioned Imprisoned in the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, PDH staple now. Just send someone's commander to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I don't know how much work this is going to do in Pauper, but
Like, I don't think it would, like, in, like, Pauper proper.
right.
Probably
Ooh,
not.
was that easy to say?
It was passable.
Yeah.
Pauper proper was passable. But I think, like, in PDH, like, another way to, like, pacifism or just, like, hide your commander.
Yeah.
Your opposing commander is probably good. Towergeist, eh.
Pieces bidding, same
Yeah.
Although that has madness, was that already legal?
It was an uncommon, yeah. It gets an old border printing, so
Okay.
I'll probably spend the quarter for the old border printing. It's weird though. Sometimes you get the old border printings and you're like, this card's gross.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it just doesn't seem like they do them well.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of like we were talking about the Planeswalkers. They just look weird.
Yeah, they look off. So the Planeswalkers, you know how you typically have like the kind of the bars in the rules text box to like offset the different things? Doesn't have those.
Right.
And then they were like, well, in 1993 to 1997, we wouldn't have had the Planeswalker like loyalty symbol. So there's no Planeswalker loyalty symbol. Liliana just has like a Times New Roman like 3 in the bottom right hand corner, to the point that I looked at it, I was like, why is there a 3 there?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the loyalty.
Yeah, they could have like put it in a power and toughness box or something. Like it wouldn't have had to bend the Planeswalker symbol.
Literal anything but just like just bold 3. Just anything.
Looks very out of place.
It does. It just feels off. Conduit of the Storms?
Yeah, this might be kind of a cool card. 2 and a red for a 2/3. Whenever it attacks, add red at the beginning of your next main phase this turn. You can pay 3 red to transform it. And when it flips, it's a 5/4. And when it attacks, you get Wingding at the beginning of your next main phase.
Ooh.
So that's kind of a weird card.
Kind of ramps you in some way.
Yeah.
Like it really kind of only transforms for 4 because it gives you one of them.
Yeah.
And then if you're newer, Handwear Watchkeep, which just reads like a god-awful card.
Yeah.
On the front and kind of the back, was apparently an uncommon at some point.
Sure.
It's a 1/5 defender, but it transforms into a 5/5 that must attack each turn.
Okay.
So why? Now, this next one might actually have a home in Pauper.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this card.
Seize the Storm. So 4 and a red. Create a red elemental creature token with trample, and this token has power and toughness equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard, plus the number of cards with flashback you own in exile. And it has flashback for, I do believe that is 6 and a red.
Yeah.
So remember, like we played Serpentine Curve. Like Serpentine Curve has seen play in like Pauper sideboards. Like you almost have like a spell slinger, like almost like Drake's deck with like you now have 2 things that care about what you have in your graveyard, and this has trample.
Yeah.
So like you just can like fill your graveyard. Also, like with this, there's like the Tolarian Terror decks.
Oh yeah.
That care about how many instants and sorceries you have. Now here's another like, so like they're currently blue-black, right? You could like be like a blue-red version of it, where you get like an extra like big thing. Now, granted, this big thing always costs 5,
right?
But it also has trample and might be like an 8/8.
Yeah, and you get a second one at some point.
Yeah, you get 2. Yeah. And then none of these other downshifts look particularly interesting. I guess like Brambleworm's not a bad thing to reanimate.
Mm-hmm.
So a
7/6
reach,
reach trample, and when it ETBs, you gain 5 life.
yeah, like that's not a bad thing to try to like discard and reanimate. Like it'll keep you alive.
Yeah.
Um, and then just like nonsense.
Yeah. Abundant Maw, Garbage Golem, Harvest Hand, Scarecrow.
Garbage golem. I mean, a 5 mana 3/5 with non-relevant ability isn't it doing it for you?
No, not quite.
Oh no.
Then that's it out of rarity shifts. So maybe 2 or 3 rarity shifts that matter.
Yeah, for like Popper.
Yeah.
Because there's not like there's not a popular uncommon only from it, but like Essence Flux might drive that price down.
Mm-hmm.
And could see play in Popper now.
Yep.
Like, is there like a Spirits deck in Popper? Or something that I don't know.
I have been checked out of Pauper for a long time.
I think Imprisoned in the Moon could see some play somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Seize the Storm could see some could be popperific. I wonder like you like almost like Cycle Storm, where you're instead of cycling creatures, you're cycling spells so you can like
Get a giant elemental.
a giant elemental. I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah, like the only thing with this is like 5 mana is kind of a lot.
It is. It is. And then they have the like the borderless for the most part like movie theater like cards or movie posters, or at least a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean some of them are just borderless, but some are like movie poster.
Yeah,
The Gristle Dad looks kind of cool.
it does. It does.
I think I'd rather have an old border Gristle Dad though.
Probably. I think the Temporal Mastery is neat.
Yeah, that's a cool
Like,
piece of art for sure.
yeah, I like the art. But then yeah, some of them is just like I don't understand. I don't. There are a group of people that are not me that are like really drawn to all of these. I think,
Mm-hmm.
but like a lot of them just kind of like miss me with like I know Infernal Grasp gets played a lot, but like why do we need like a full art Infernal Grasp? Like it doesn't make any sense.
I do not know. Because they needed some
So
uncommons.
I guess they needed to fill some slots.
You gotta get you some borderless labmen.
I have like an old bordered lab man. Like that's and like I have the original arts, a print of the original art signed, so like I can't really like
Yeah.
cheat on that with this guy getting like zapped before like the ball of energy is in his chest. Like that's
He's got his hands on balls of energy.
oh yeah, yeah, very, very Diddy. So it's also funny, like so, we're kind of just scrolling through the like goldfish, or at least I am kind of scrolling through the goldfish article about this.
Yeah.
And then they have the like the rare and mythic reprints, which are like the ones that like have a chance of having some value.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think it's funny that we're reprinting Necroduality like a year after it was printed or something.
I think it's funny that we're reprinting Necro Duality a year after it's been printed, and according to the price of this, it's going to be one of the chase cards of the set.
Yeah, like I have Hannah bought me a pack of Crimson Vow, and I opened one of these. And maybe I should have ditched it when I opened it, but it was it's $13. I guess it's been going up. It's $13, so it's kind of funny that like this is one of the chase cards.
Yeah.
For a card that Saffron Olive played once, and that was kind of like the last time I saw it do anything. And then Temporal Mastery, another like is like an $8 reprint.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzle Dad's always expensive.
Yep, always sees play.
And then like is
Cultivator
Chandra just
Colossus is another
yeah.
card that like isn't that old, but is evidently needed to be reprinted and worth more than the
Yeah.
price of a pack.
Yeah. I think it's it like saw some like it was like a one of or a two of in like some builds of oh gosh, Primetime
Yeah.
or Amulet Titan. So and then like it just screams like Commander Commander card.
Oh yeah.
Um but yeah, but then like and then you get like Garrick Relentless for like $1.
Right.
And you're just like, why did you do this? Why did you do me like this?
Well, I mean, Garrick. To be fair, Garrick Relentless, I don't think has ever been worth a ton.
Yeah, I mean, it is unique mechanically with the whole it flips itself over.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's Arlen that flips it. Oh, I guess it doesn't flip itself. Does Arlen flip itself?
I think Arlen. I think.
Yeah, create a 2/2 and transform it.
Yeah. But like I always thought that like the fact that like Garrick fought something and then it caused itself to flip
Yeah.
was like a neat
Oh, mechanically,
like, design.
yeah.
Yeah, like a mechanically a neat way to do it.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was cool, but yeah, it just like if it were like 3 mana, maybe.
Yeah.
But being 4 is too much. And then like kind of a bunch of just like mid stuff. Like again, like Grim was like a bomb in that like Shadows over Innistrad, like in like the weird like bonus sheet thing, or
Yeah.
it was in a bonus sheet or something. It was a bomb. It was pretty fun, but like it's $1.
Breaker Horrors, $5. Almost a pack.
Yeah, almost a pack. Vanquish the Horde is 3. That's not bad. But like again, Vanquish the Horde got printed a year ago.
Yep.
Or 2 or something. I guess is Hullbreaker Horror still on standard? No, right? It must have just rotated.
Yeah, it just rotated.
So I guess has it been 3 years?
Yeah, probably.
Like wow, that's okay. That's wild to me that it's
Time flies when you're getting old.
It does. It does. I don't like it. Yo, when did it come?
Man, Collective Brutality is less than $1.
Yeah, I think it came out. That's wild. Like for how much that card was.
Yeah.
Uh,
Look at the old price history of.
Because that card used to be a lot. No, it came out in 2021. Midnight Hunt came out. That's wild. Man, I'm old. Time is condensed on me now.
So Collective Brutality in February of 18 was $25.
Now it's $1.
Yep.
Sad times.
Yep.
So that.
Still a rare, at least, right?
At least they haven't done us that dirty.
Gravecrawler's worth a pack.
That is our bar. Is it worth a pack?
Oh, Cryptolith rate is $14.
Whew. That's kind of crazy. Eldritch Evolution is 4. That card has been reprinted a few times and kind of like is all over the place.
Not a pack.
Not a pack. No. Tameo's Journal is almost a pack. Are we saying a pack is $5?
Yeah, around there.
So Tameo's Journal, that artifact, 5-mana artifact that just investigates each upkeep, and then you get to sacrifice a bunch of 3 clues to Demonic Tutor.
Yep.
Like Angel Fire Ignition, that card saw no play anywhere. Like, why are we reprinting it? Like, it just doesn't seem like it does anything.
Kind of crazy how Deathcap Glade is the $10 card in that land cycle, and none of the rest of them are even close.
So Deathclap Glade, and there was another one that was a little bit more. I thought
Haunted Ridge and Sundown Pass are both 6.
So apparently, like Deathcap, like the rest of them got reprinted in the Doctor Who
Oh, is that why?
or the Doctor Who Commander decks or something, and Deathcap Glade was the one that didn't get reprinted, so that's why it's so much more than everything else. Yeah, but then like all the rare lands are like $2.
Wow, that's crazy. Click on Haunted Ridge
Clicking.
and look at all of the printings
Jesus.
for a card that was first printed 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's wild. So counting like foils and stuff, just like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 different versions of the card.
That's crazy.
Between foils and whatever other weird treatments. Yeah, but like it just kind of shows you like how quickly they're reprinting things.
Yeah.
And just like we did an episode a while back about how, Wizards like tried to keep reprint equity.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then like they started to run out of reprint equity. So like the Horizon sets allowed them to create reprint equity.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is like the perfect example of like, hey, this is like a reasonable like land cycle that does not rise to the power level of like shocks or fast lands. So like we can just print this into the ground.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh, he is sad outside. Very sad. And then the old border stuff. There's a lot of like cool old border cards.
So the old border stuff, is that only available in collector boosters?
Uh
Or are they available in like regular packs too?
I think they might be
No,
available.
you can get them in regular packs too, other than those couple.
There's just the 5 that only come in old border. I mean, they picked some cool cards, like old border Grizzled Brand is welcome.
Absolutely. Collector Brutality, Gravecrawler.
Yeah, Gravecrawler with the little tombstone icon.
Yep.
Is good. I don't know, like I have some of the like gold old border cards, and they just feel like a little compared to like the old border of that, like the original border.
Yeah.
Might just be me. And then what else?
Well, I think they use the I think there's a couple different versions of the gold border.
Yeah.
And they might be using like one of the really early ones instead of one of the later ones.
Oh yeah, like this could be like the Legends version,
which was very muted.
Yeah, as opposed to like the Ice Age version.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more. That's a good point.
I don't know that for sure, but
yeah, no, but it makes sense that they like might pick the oldest of them. Trying to think if there's anything like this, like like Duskwatch Recruiter, but that card's not playable anymore.
Right.
Or we're not for the homie.
I know.
Lupine Prototype. If you're that guy from SCG, you can just buy them all out. You can get there.
Oh, I dig the old border Haunted Dead.
Oh yeah, that was nice. Again, like I'm a sucker for the tombstone.
Yeah.
Like that is always a nice touch. Again, Somberwald Sage in the old border.
Yep.
Dauntless Cathar, the card that Anthony associates most with me from playing like Shadows over Innistrad draft. Just being like, this card's 2 cards in one. We got to take this. 1 second.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Had to go parent.
Yep. It happens.
It happens. Bloodurn Epicure is a nice old border looking card.
Yeah. Yep.
Same with like Village Rites is pretty neat.
Yeah, the art fits the old border well.
It's funny, like some of the cards they decided to put in an old border, it's like no one plays this card. No one's just like, oh man, like I want Butcher Ghoul in old border. Like that is not a thing that anyone is like looking for. It's just like odd what cards they like pick to be like you get the special treatment.
Nobody was clamoring for an abundant maw in old border.
No, but I'm sure people. I think they did Delver.
I think we already had Delver in old border.
Did we?
I think so.
Maybe. Yeah, Delver and old border. Is there another? Why are there only 7 printings of Delver?
Yeah, Delver's here in old boil, or in old border.
Yeah, but it hadn't been done anywhere else. So.
Man, that's weird. I thought it had been.
No, it's weird that Haunted Ridge has been printed 18 times in 3 years, and Delver has been printed 7 times in
its existence.
12 years. Yeah, 12 years or whatever. So, and yeah, I still don't know if I like the old bordered like Eldrazi border.
Yeah, it just looks weird, like a washed out like stone.
Yeah. Yeah, and you said that like that was developed by someone in like the modding community or whatever, or the card printing community that you were in that was ripped away from you.
Yep, basically.
Way to go, Watsy. So, you got anything else?
No, I don't think so. Thoughts? I'm having a hard time like
caring.
Well, not just caring, but figuring out like who this set's for.
Yeah,
like I know not every set's for me. I don't think any set's for me anymore. But like I don't know who this is for.
Yeah, like who is the target for this? Like, and like there's not a ton of like valuable reprints. Like partly because they've driven like their all their value is now like in master set in Horizon sets.
Yeah.
So there's not a ton of valuable reprints. Like it's almost feels like it would have been better like if they released it at like Halloween. You know what I mean? Like lean into the like horror thing of it, but just like a random January. Right, at least like you can maybe get people hyped to do like the Halloween like Innistrad Masters draft. Like maybe they're gonna do that when like no one buys it. They're gonna be like, oh, we'll do like a big Halloween push to like move some product.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem like there's a ton of like commander cards that you want.
Yeah, I mean there's definitely some in there, but I don't know that it's enough to start cracking packs for.
Yeah, like it really I guess Tree of Perdition.
Yeah, that's what you're cracking packs for.
I mean
the tree.
I mean it's a Pioneer staple now.
Yeah.
There's a combo deck. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know who it's for. Like you said, there's not like it doesn't seem like there's enough commander stuff to get the commander people hype other than like Edgar Markov.
Right.
Right. And there doesn't seem like there's enough like constructed stuff to really like are you gonna buy this Hullbreaker Horror or are you just gonna buy the one from like this original printing?
Yeah.
If it's $5.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
Right, like do you really care to buy, like, do you really want the, like, enchantment border of wedding announcement, or will you just buy the other one?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it seems like a lot of these could have just not happened. So,
I
yeah,
agree.
I mean, we're gonna have 6 standard sets, so we're gonna have a lot of, like, why is this a set this year?
Unfortunately, I think that's probably true.
Why do I have to crew my Chocobo? Is gonna be a question that we're gonna have to ask. So, with all that confusion, I think we got a show.
We got a show.
So if you have show ideas, things you want us to hear about, hopefully, or just thoughts on who Innistrad Remastered is for, you can reach out to us: Facebook, Discord, X, email, all those things. Say hey.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Also, if there's cards from Aether Drift, did you just say that?
I don't know if I said Aether Drift, but if
Okay.
there are Aether Drift
Yeah.
cards,
Yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you want to hear about. I didn't think you did, but I couldn't remember. If you want to support the show, there's a couple ways you can do it. The first is our TCG player affiliate link, CasualTryHard.com/TCG. If you're looking for singles, surf on over there, do your shopping, and support the show at the same time. If you want to support us more directly, Patreon.com/CasualTryHardMTG. Ship a couple bucks in, get access to our show notes, get access to the unshow, and support us. We'd appreciate it.
yeah. So with that, we'll catch you on the internet.
We'll catch you on the internets.